The tournament is where Cinderella stories begin and big wins happen on the biggest stage. With Gambit DC, you could make your Cinderella story a reality. Take advantage of new player bonuses online and in-app, or play in person for boosted parlays. You can bet on all 63 games, even if your bracket's busted, and play from the edge of your seat with exciting in-game bets. Make your bets now with Gambit DC. Terms and conditions apply. Please play responsibly.
Bienvenido a Kaiser Permanente. El doctor ya te puede ver. Verá que aunque eres muy activo, ahora te cansas más rápido de lo normal. Verá que a menudo almuerzas comida rápida.
Próxima ventanilla.
Verá que pones a tu familia primero y tu salud tiende a caer en segundo o tercer lugar. Y claro que verá que tienes el azúcar alto, igual que tu papá. En Kaiser Permanente trabajamos juntos para ver todo lo que tú eres y darte el cuidado que tú mereces. Kaiser Permanente, para todo lo que tú eres.
Hey guys, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has the tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcast, and more. And trust me guys, it works. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. And the best of all, it is totally free. Yes, totally free. So download the Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started.
It looks relatively smooth, but it's just like the quality, like the blurriness or anything like that, you know. But let's just fucking see what happens. You know, I mean, your audio does sometimes cut in and cut out. I mean, how do I sound?
It sounds pretty normal.
Pretty normal. You sound normal too, but it just cuts in here and there. Maybe let me try to adjust the volume. Let's see if maybe that might work.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Testing.
Yeah, it still kind of cuts in and out, but I mean, we'll just try to fucking go with it. I mean,
Okay.
fuck it, I guess. But
Okay.
hello, it's been how fucking long now? Years.
I think last time we were like 12, 8th grade, 7th grade.
Somewhere around there, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, where did you go? Like, honestly, like I swear I don't really remember what happened. Like, I mean, there was so much shit that happened to me. It's junior high. Shit happened, so I don't really drama upon drama, so I don't really know what happened. I just kind of one day
I was
I
gone.
guess you can say, yeah, just kind of one day you dipped. Just like with Bradley and everyone else in Paris, just like everyone else that I knew. Everyone just dipped. I mean,
I didn't.
well, kind of like Paris, he graduated from Scottsbluff. Bradley, I think Gearing or Choices, I don't remember. But my senior year, it was 14 kids. It was literally 14 people that graduated.
All of you are stuff.
Yeah, like out of the 22, 23 people that we had, it was 14 that graduated with.
Really?
Yeah, it was me, my cousin Jackie, obviously, Haley, Ariana, Zulema, obviously the twins, Alexandra and Arceli, Lydia and Alejandra. I think you might know them.
Yeah.
Yes, I think you might. And Ephraim, Ivan, Daniel.
Daniel.
I'm trying to remember, because that's 12. I know there was 14. I guess it's kind of sad that I don't remember. Darian, I don't know if you knew Darian.
I did.
I think Darian might have came my freshman, sophomore year. High school, I think. There's one more. I don't remember. Sad as to say, I don't remember the last person. What was that? Kristen, she went to Baird.
Oh, okay.
I think it was my junior year. I think it was the end of my junior year when she left to Baird. So like the start of her senior year, I think she left to Baird.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I don't know if I'm missing someone else, but that I know. That's just kind of it. But like, what happened? Like, where did you go? Like,
Well, I think I was going through a lot. So my mom had
it keeps cutting in and out. Like, I could hear you in some parts, and some parts I can't.
Can I talk louder?
Oh, it just like keeps cutting in and out. So I'm just trying to see if I'm trying to go in the settings to see, but I don't know. I guess we'll just try to go with it. Fuck it, I guess. But I guess you can continue.
Off if it like help.
That's black.
Maybe.
I think I can hear you better. Now it's like speak. God damn it. Are you there? Did you leave? I think she left. Well, shit. Ain't that fun?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but let's just see how it goes. I mean,
Okay.
we'll try to do it. But like how he says, but like, where did you go? 'Cause I know you started with your mom, and that's kind of the last thing I heard.
Well, I was a bad girl. I don't know if you remember. Yeah, I was pretty bad. Not like bad, but I was bad. Didn't do my schoolwork. I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you were that one that people was like, oh my god, like just do your work, show up to school, like fucking do your work, like
You did my
come on now.
remember?
What was that?
You did my library homework.
Yeah, I remember that. Damn, it's already been that long ago. Wow.
Please. And you were like, yeah, one time. And then every time my answer was like, please. And then you did. So, shout out to you.
Oh, hey. I remember all that shit. But where did you go? Like, did you even tell people that you were leaving, or you just upped and out one day?
No, I did because I was like, gosh, I know I told the twins, but then Lydia,
Mm-hmm.
like all of them, you guys actually all wrote me like goodbye letters because I did tell you guys, and I think I don't know who wrote me, but I know every.
I don't fucking remember. It's been too long. It's been too long. I don't remember.
Yeah, and everyone like wrote me the like good. So yeah, but I came to, so it's like what 2.5 hours away. My mom's to Nebraska, and then my so that was what like when I was like 12 or
It's been a bit. Did you go to high school over there in Greeley?
so
So what you're saying is no, but continue.
So, long story short, I'll try to make this fast or a little bit. So, I had left military in 7th grade, and then I came to Greeley like through school, and I went to a school named Brentwood.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I wanted to be over there, in Nebraska. I wanted to be back over there, but like my mom, I couldn't go back over there because I was always in trouble and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was purposely doing that. I was not doing my work at all. I would miss the bus a lot. My dad, would spank me and be like, dude, get your shit right, because I'm not your mom and I'm not gonna like not put up with how you not go to school.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I ended up finishing off 7th grade year, but when I was like a freshman, I found out that I was actually supposed to fail 7th. So
Why? Why would you like? Yeah, what the fuck? Why?
because I had all F's.
Oh.
So yeah, I was supposed to fail, but my dad let me because he's like, oh, like she'll get it, she'll get it. Or, so
Mm-hmm.
I guess shout out to my dad passing me still, or else I'd probably be held behind. Um, but yeah, and then 8th grade year, I was still here in Greeley. I went to a school named Salida del Sol. So it was like a bilingual school, which I don't speak Spanish. So my dad thought it was going to be like a good fit because he wanted me to learn Spanish.
Just like every Mexican parent, yeah.
Yeah. So I went there 8th through 8th grade. And then 9th grade, I actually went back to Nebraska. I was going through a lot of family issues here in Greeley with my dad and his girlfriend. So I ended up going back to Nebraska. My mom ended up letting me go back, and then I geared for freshman, sophomore, junior, and then junior was a little hard for me. So I ended up dropping out for like a year, a little bit. And I came back to Greeley because I had went through like I guess a breakup during that time, and then I was really hurt, and so I came back to Greeley, and then ended up moving out on my own when I was 17. So I've been on my own since I was 17 and
17, shit. You're what, 20? 21?
21.
21?
I just turned 21. So
Jeez. So you've been on your own since 17 for 4 years now. How's that been? How was it when you first moved in? Well, I guess let me say, how was it when you were obviously just being 17? Hell, not even 18. 17 moving in by yourself to now. Like, how has it been? Obviously, probably better, but how was it from the beginning?
it's stressful. It was really stressful, but I wanted to be in Colorado, but I didn't want to be in Nebraska. But like, I don't know if you remember, but like, I don't know. I feel like I've always never like gotten along with people. I don't know if you remember that. Like, I mean, I always like was like cool with people, but like I always felt like everybody looked at me differently. So, I ended up. What's the point? I forgot the point. What's my point here?
How was it when you first moved in? When you were 17?
Oh yeah. So, it was hard. I literally was homeless for a few months. So I wanted to be in Nebraska, but with my mom. I wanted to be with my mom, but I didn't want to be in Nebraska. I didn't want to be with my dad because him and his girlfriend, they fought a lot, and it was just a lot of drama that I experienced for a long time in my life. I've matured a lot I've been mature since I was like 9 years old when my parents did it. Because my mom would have to work like 2 jobs, and like, I don't know if you remember my brother Steven.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was always.
I hardly remember, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, he was always like playing the sports with the boys with your brother and stuff. So yeah, like I ended up just kind of always being by myself, like 9, and it wasn't that my mom was a bad mom. She just like had to put food on the table and pay bills, and my dad was just kind of like doing his thing out there. My dad wasn't a bad dad either. It's just it didn't work out, and so I feel like that's when I matured a lot. Was when I was like 9 years old. I saw things and I knew things that a lot of other kids didn't know.
Yeah.
So,
compared to all of us, I mean, compared to the people that you were in class with, I mean, obviously we all went through different shit, but with you probably was one of the one that made it through the worst, that had it the worst. As sad as it is to say, I mean,
A little bit. I don't know if I ever told you the story. Like now, getting older, like I don't mind saying my story because I'm proud, I guess, of everything that. I feel like that's what's made me who I am today, and starting my business young, and living on my own. But yeah, when I was in Gearing junior year, I ended up, how do you say, like I went to college for CNA, so I got my CNA when I was like 16, 17. I was going to school for that, and then I was working as a CNA at 17, which is hard. So props to everyone CNA stuff, because that stuff was pretty when I.
How much were you getting paid at the time for being a CNA?
$14.
Back then was 14 was pretty good for back then.
Well, in Colorado, no.
Oh, Colorado's one of the not the most, but it's in that list of one of the most expensive states.
It is.
Because since I live in Lincoln now, over here, the average pay will range anywhere from 14 to 16, and that's not for CNA. That's for like working at McDonald's. You can get paid 14. Target 15. Walmart they raised it to 16, and it's like now you can be making that much money now, and it's like holy shit. Like, and yes, Lincoln in a way is kind of a bit more expensive than Scottsbluff. Well, like just the Panhandle, but it's like just slightly. It's not like a dramatic like Colorado. It's not so super dramatic. It's as if you know how to budget. Honestly, you're making more. You'd be living better here in Lincoln or Omaha than you would back in Scottsbluff, or just like in that area, the Panhandle. I mean, because over there's nothing to do there. There's like no job unless like, the only jobs that I see back home, if it's not anything in the medical field, there's really nothing at all. Like, what else do you do? Work at the stores there. That's really it. I mean, that's.
No, I'm just kidding.
Man, but.
Dude, I still follow the KNEB news, and I'm like that.
There's so much shit that's going on over there.
Yeah.
I follow both KNEB and whatever the other one is. I know there's two, KNEB and someone else. Or they might be the same one. I don't know, but I see them, and it's like, oh, this person got arrested for meth. This person got arrested for driving and smoking weed at the same. Like, I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, this person died. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it's good that we got out there. I mean, everyone that is still there, like it seems like they're doing good with their lives. Like the ones that with seems like they're going to college and they're but Scottsbluff just
yeah. I mean, over back home it's weird when I always go to visit my parents and whatnot just for a couple days, not for like a week, just a couple days. The vibe, I mean, it's Minutair, it's small, but of like Scottsbluff and Gearing, the vibe just feels off now. Like even Minutair now, it just feels off. Like it doesn't, like no one really speaks to anyone anymore. Like maybe it's just different with you. I mean, because the girls all talk with the girls and vice versa. But I don't know. It just felt weird. It just kind of felt like almost kind of like like don't be here. Like you've moved on from this place, so don't come back. Just don't be here. I don't know. I mean, it just had that vibe. Like if you, I know, Ivan. Last time that I saw him, he was working at. I forgot that one store. That's in Gearing. It's not Safeway. It's close to Safeway. I saw him there, and I tried to chat with him, and he kind of looked at me like, "What's up?" Kind of didn't care. I'm like, you graduate, like we knew each other since like 6th grade. Why are you talking to me like we don't know each other. Like,
It is even with like girls. I wish we would have had a better relationship. That because we all grew up together.
mm-hmm.
Second grade, we were how old were we? All the second grade, like.
Yeah, whatever the age was. I mean, we've known each other, not just you and I, but like basically almost everyone that I graduated with, kind of some since kindergarten. I mean, really from day one until high school when we graduated.
I don't know. I guess life goes on and people grow. But one thing about me is, any of them would have ever reached out to me, like reached out to me, and I could have been awkward about the situation, but I'm not that kind of person. Like, if I see them, I mean, I am shy. Don't get me wrong, but like,
Mm-hmm.
it would be cool if we all had a because we all did. You know what I mean? And sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know if we did run into each other, but I mean, I'm never there, so I really don't see them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. So it's been a bit since I've been there. I mean, yeah, it's like you said, everyone just moves on. I mean, people in relationship. I mean, I'm in a relationship going on like 2+ years right now. Alexandra and Arceli, they're going strong in relationships. So it's just people living on with their own life. Haley's like married now, so it's just people moving on. I mean, we're all 21. I mean, we're not all 18-year-olds anymore. We've graduated from high school. Like, we're 21 plus. Like, it's one of those things where it's just like fucking probably someone's probably gonna start a family here anytime soon. Like,
Wait, who's gonna be the first one? Wait.
I don't know. In a way, I kind of want to say I know who, but I don't know because most people, not most of the girls that I graduated are currently in college. Like, some are, but most of the guys aren't. Because I went to college. I went to UNL here in Lincoln, obviously, to do. Oh no, you're dark now. Okay, to do computer science, but let's just say that shit was hard as hell. I'm just gonna say it out. It was hard. So I didn't like it, dropped out, and really just, in a way, I kind of didn't know what I wanted to do, but at the same time, I didn't want to keep living the corny shit of what you've probably heard, the 9-to-5 life. I didn't want to be doing that because when I was working at Walmart at the time, when I set up my 401k, I mean, I don't have it anymore because I don't work at Walmart. But when I was setting it up, it's like, oh, you can get it out tax free when you retire at like 60 or 65. I'm like, for that long? I'm like, that's kind of outrageous in order to retire for that long. Like, what the fuck? And it just, I guess you can just say experiences of just shitty management, just toxic workplaces, that it was just to the point where I'm like, I don't want to be working this lifestyle for 40+ years. I'm like, I want to be working on my own because it feels better. Because I know you've probably had those days where you'd wake up and say, oh, fuck, I gotta go to work today. You don't want to go in, but you gotta go in for bills. And so you go, and then you don't really enjoy it. Because some people do. I wasn't enjoying it, and I'm like, I wanted to be working for myself, but then start getting money from it. Because all these, like, I guess you can say, all these like people I looked up to on like YouTube, like they weren't like the flexing their money. They were more like the smart financial people of saying, this is what I did to get where I'm at. So, I'm just giving you my experiences, what I know, and what maybe you can do and see maybe what floats your boat, because some people are different. And so once I just kept seeing that, and so right now I'm doing classes for real estate, to be a real estate agent, and then obviously YouTube and podcasting, all the fun stuff. And I know it's going to be more work, but you probably know, working for your own self, you like it better because you set up Well, I mean, you have clients, so I mean, I guess you, in a way, set up your own hours, but you set up your own price. Your price is not price, your revenue, whatever you want to call it, is unlimited. You can make as much money as you want, I guess, in a way. And I just didn't want to keep living that, and so now being 21, you know, doing all that I'm doing. I mean, I'm working at Target right now, but
You have to start.
it's gonna be one of those things where once I get my license and start small, it's gonna take a lot of time, but hopefully with the help of me knowing how to do a podcast, doing some YouTube videos, and just kind of self-marketing, help with real estate, that'll help me. So then I can just implement all three, and I mean, see where it goes. Because my goal, which is very fucking hard, I'm gonna be honest, very fucking hard, is to be a millionaire by the age of 30. That's been my goal since the age of 19, is to be a millionaire by the age of 30. Right now, how's it looking? Not so fucking great. I'll just tell you that now. Not great. But
Don't
it's...
you?
What was that?
Don't you have like a Tesla?
No, I don't have a Tesla. Wish I fucking did. That's one of my dream cars, is a Tesla. And oh yeah, it was just that post. Yeah, I just said it, which I mean, I don't have a Tesla. That's a $50,000 vehicle. I can't afford that vehicle. Yeah, I can't. I can't afford that shit.
Let me get my charger because like I'm gonna die. So
Okay.
give me one.
All right.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I was like, my
But no, you're good. But nah, like I said, yeah, no, I don't have a Tesla. I don't have any of those vehicles. Was it?
I thought you did.
Oh no. Once you see me post that I have a Tesla, then just know I'm probably making it. I'm probably having that money, because I'm not gonna do it right fucking now. I don't have that money. I'm driving a 2001 Ford Mustang, for God's sake. I don't have that money right now. But what are you driving now that you're all self-employed and whatnot? Like, what do you drive?
I drive a 2022 Kia Stinger. You're like, I don't know what that is.
I know what a Kia Stinger is. I'm saying, oh shit, a 2022.
I thought you were like, don't know what it is, man.
No, I know what it is. Like what? Now that I brought up with you being self-employed, what made you do your service? Like, what made you do what you do now? Like, first, what made you leave, I guess, what you can call it, the 9 to 5, and say, you know what, it's time for me to start my own business in what you do?
Well, I've been working since I was like 14, 15. I felt like it wasn't really my plan. I feel like God really just was like, every time a door opened up for me, like that's kind of how it always went. Because I should not have got an apartment at 17. Like, those were all him. Like, because I said, don't even give leases to 17-year-olds. Like, you're a minor.
Yeah. How did you do it then?
My mom ended up like signing it, and they were just like, well, the landlords were personal landlords, so they were like, no, we're gonna trust you, and if you let us down, then we're gonna give you like a bad reference. And I was like, no, like I'm not gonna let you down. Like I finished off my lease, so I was there from like 17 to, or I moved in November 2018 to November 2019. So I ended up finishing up my lease there, even though it was hard, because like at the time, like it was expensive for me. It was 1,125.
Holy shit! That was back then. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was expensive for me, and I was only making like. So when I came back to Colorado, like when I left junior year, I was working at a little restaurant, and oh my gosh, if y'all know me, I hate waking up early.
Yeah, we know.
I don't know if you remember, but I come to school scrubby as hell. I never was ready. I hated waking up early. But anyway, I was working this breakfast job, and I was getting paid $10 an hour. I don't know. I wasn't making money at all. So the way I made it, I don't even know how, because even when my CNA license transferred from Nebraska to Colorado, I got a caregiving job, and I was only getting paid $11 an hour, and I was only getting like 14 hours a week because I was only it was not pretty, because I don't know if you know about caregiving, but caregiving, like you care for them, and it's only an hour or two that you get with them, and the people only had given me like 3 people, so that's like 2, 4, 6, so I was only literally getting like 15 hours. So I was getting $100 checks, and I moved out. And I did it somehow.
Fuck it.
But I ended up finding my boyfriend, and he let me stay with him for a month before I ended up like I would save. So I got the real CNA job with a nursing home, and that's when I was getting paid like $14 an hour. And then I would work 16-hour shifts just to make overtime. So I would work from 2 p.m. to 6 a.m. sometimes, just to get that overtime. And so I could save up for that apartment. And yeah, well, I ended up getting that apartment. It took me only a month to maybe a month and a half to save for the apartment. And I did. And then I had a few roommates. The roommate issue was all right. Roommates are never the easiest to live with.
Don't worry. In college, the roommate I had, no.
Yes, it is so hard to live with roommates because even when you get with your partner, you're so used to living away. And I'm thankful that my partner was very clean and understanding, because I swear some people can be dirty, and I just can't. I can't do that.
Yeah, I mean,
but
with my girlfriend, obviously her being white, so you know how Mexicans and whites, we grew up in a different household. So obviously my mom's like, you need to know how to cook, clean, do all the basic stuff. And her living in a different household, she didn't have the prettiest household either. So I'm not just bashing on her, so it's not trying to say, this and this. I mean, she didn't have the prettiest household either. So I understand in situations where where she couldn't cook food because she never had anyone to teach her. And so now her being here, I know how to cook. So when I cook, I cook, especially when it comes to steaks. I know how to make mean steak. And so with her dad, he knew how to cook steaks, but not how I make them. And so then when she had them, she was like, holy shit, this is good. I'm like, it's steak. When you know how to cook steak, it's steak. That's that nice steak.
I love steak.
Steak is I like it when it's seasoned well, seasoned and cooked well. Because if it's cooked well but not seasoned, I guess I can add just some salt, maybe some lemon to pass it. But when it's that chewy ass dry steak and it's not seasoned at all, no.
It's disgusting.
No. That shit's nasty.
Have you ever heard of Chicago steak seasoning?
Chicago State? No. I would use like the Famous Dave ones, like the Famous Daves, and I don't know if you've heard of them. This other one, but I think it's like it's not Kinder. I believe it started with a K. I don't remember the full name because I haven't used them in a bit. But they were the ones I'd always use. And granted, the seasoning was like $7, but God, was it worth it? It was worth it. It was those ones you're like, the price was worth it. But
you should really try that. Try that Chicago steak one. It's really good.
Like what does it have? Is it like how does it taste? Is it like Chicago?
It's like, let me see. Hold on. Let me go get it. I'll show you.
This dude. This guy.
I think I'm out of it. I forgot.
I mean, I guess I can look it up like later and shit.
No, but it is really good. Like, oh my goodness, it makes it pretty bomb. I love to cook. Like my boyfriend as well. Like, so obviously, like it's kind of funny because like I don't speak Spanish. Like I don't know. People are always so judgmental to people that don't speak Spanish, I guess.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's it's...
And they think like, oh, like she's not Mexican or whatever the fuck it is. And dude, like I can get down on cooking. Like my boyfriend is like hella Mexican. Like Mexican.
So, like, I excuse my language. I mean, I don't think it'd be racist, but like some Mexican, I guess you can call them like I'll just say like beaners in a way, or tacuachica. Not tacuaches. How Mexican is he? Tacuache Mexican or like?
No, he's not that either. He's more like.
Is he more like how you do, like a father figure Mexican, like more of that type, or?
Honestly, like I don't know what kind of Mexican he is, because he's like
this dude.
Because he doesn't go to dances. He doesn't like, I don't know. Like, I mean, he listens to like corridos, but like, I don't know. Like, he used to play soccer. I guess I don't know if that counts. Like, he's like a preppy Mexican to me because he doesn't dress like, I don't know. He just dresses like in work clothes.
The blue, like how they call it, the blue collared man, or is he a white collared man?
I don't even know what that is.
Blue collared means like construction, like the people you'll see out, like the typical Mexican of working construction, like out in the streets and doing that. And then a white collared is like business, like the white collared shirts, like that's more like a business, like he.
Well, what's really cool about him is he's kind of both, because he's a really good worker and he also closes jobs on the side. So he does solar panels for like full time, but then he does landscaping on the side. So he's also his own little boss on the side.
Hey, fuck it. Man.
So he's kind of like the mixture, you know?
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, that's good.
We have a big age difference. We're I'm 21 and he's 29. So
29. I mean, at that point, as long as you're not like fucking 16, everything's fine.
I was 17.
Oh, what?
Yeah. When I met him, I was 17.
What the fuck?
Hey, it was legal.
Technically, I guess. Yeah, technically, yeah. But I mean, at least that's working out. I mean, but I guess we can go back to when we first started. So obviously, you doing like your whole CNA jobs, whatever. What made you leave that and go to what you're doing now?
Oh yeah, we're there, huh?
Yeah.
So, well, like I said, I feel like God always closes doors when, like, something I like, because you're podcasting this, but people listen.
Like
I
3-5 listeners. I mean, you can share it, I guess. Make it like 7, but go ahead.
To your 3-5 listeners, I feel like when God shuts a door, it truly is like it seems like everything is like going down for you, but in reality, things may be going better for you because I mean, I'm not gonna front. I got fired from my CNA job
What'd you
because
do? Oh, I guess you're gonna tell me now.
uh, me and my you always have different halls you work on, and well, like there was this hall, and I was working with a lady that it was her like actual hallway, and she's like, "Hey, we'll stand pivot this client or this resident or whatever," and I was like, "Okay, whatever." So I just like listened to her, and then the next night, me and my friend we stand pivoted the same lady. Well, apparently this client or this resident was a Hoyer, and she didn't even get hurt. Like she was just saying her leg hurted, and then they asked me like, "Hey, how did you guys transfer her last night?" And we were like, "We like stand pivoted her," and they were like, "Well, that's considered elderly abuse," and blah blah blah. So they ended up firing us just because we transferred her wrong, all three of us. And I was really sad because I was 17. I was working a full-time job, and I wasn't sure how I was gonna pay the bills. So I was devastated. But like, hold on. Someone's knocking at the door. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, we're eating. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay. So where was I?
You were talking about you getting fired for the whole like elderly abuse, whatever,
Yeah.
and then you were sad.
I was really devastated because I didn't know what to do, So I was out of work for like, I would say, like 2 months. I ended up just living off like my tax money. And then I was like, my friend, she was pushing me. She's like, "Girl, you need to get a job. Like, what are you doing?" Because I was just so sad. And well, I ended up finding a way better job. It's a clinic. So I was pretty much like an MA.
Medical assistant.
But I wasn't a medical assistant. It was called a patient care technician. So,
Yep, the patient care technicians. Yep.
yeah, and I was doing like vitals. I was learning about vaccines. I could do like strep tests, pregnancy tests, and it was like, oh my gosh, it was so much better than doing CNA. Like I love CNA because I love to work with old people, but like, it was hard for what you get paid, you know. And you're like breaking your back for it. So literally props to the people that do CNA. But yeah, so I went to the patient care technician. I was there for like 18 to about 19-ish. And then, well, I kept missing a lot of work. So I got fired too.
This guy.
And well, like, I don't know, like I just kind of was going through some family problems and stuff. And I don't know, I just saw body contouring, and I was like, God would just kept telling me like, hey, like look into this, So I ended up looking into it, and I did all my research. I had to ask my grandparents for a loan, and they ended up like loaning me like $500. And then I had literally started a business, moved into a different apartment all at one time. And it was so stressful because I was moving into an apartment. It was like the most expensive apartment out of my 3 apartments I had. It was like 1,300. It was 1,300, and I was like, I was scared. I was like, I don't know if it's gonna work out. Like, I don't know if my business will work out. And all in God's favor, like I have had good clients. I do my business from home because it's like it's a commercial building in downtown, so it actually looks like a building. And
Yeah.
I have 3 rooms in here, so I have 2 rooms for my studios, and I could show you. How do I turn this around?
I don't know. I haven't used the phone yet. I don't know if you really can. I mean, I've seen some of your work on Facebook and whatnot, and I believe Instagram or is it mainly Facebook. I don't know. I've seen them, but that's good. Like, you didn't have to be licensed or anything.
No, certified.
Really?
Yeah, just because it's like there's no needles, like nothing's hurting you, so it was all just certified. So,
How long did it take to find a client?
well, I don't know if you know, but like I always have had a lot of people on Facebook, and from me being to Nebraska to like Colorado, like I always knew a lot of people. So I feel like, I feel like everything always happens for a reason because I always had a lot of people on Facebook. So once people were like, "Hey, like what is that?" I feel like a lot of people were like, "Okay, let's
Like, okay, we'll try it.
yeah." Like who doesn't want to look good?
Because that's like, I guess with the whole like stuff happens for a reason. That's probably why I stumbled upon those like financial YouTubers from an early start, and then also with me getting in the schooling for like real estate agent. I mean, I'm almost done. I'm just waiting for the background check to come in, and then I'm can schedule to go take the exam, and then if I pass, obviously license. If I don't pass, I can retake it. I can do it as much times as I need to.
In real
But
estate,
yeah, like
I want to try real estate. It'd be really cool.
real estate, what I have seen from from all these like financial people is it's never leaving. I mean, it's real estate. It's not gonna leave. Just like social media, it's not gonna leave. It's just gonna become better. It's gonna make stuff easier and better. And so now that, well, not even just now, but driving around Lincoln, you'll see a lot of the billboards and whatnot, and I'll see because I guess you can call them companies, but technically they're considered like brokerages. And so I'll see an ad for this brokerage, an ad for this brokerage, another ad for this brokerage, and a smaller ads for these brokerages, for these people, and I just see them everywhere, and I'm just like, at first I was in my head, I'm like, this is getting annoying. I see these way too much. If it wasn't COVID, it was that. I'm like, what else? What else am I gonna see? But I believe, like in your case, I believe it was just that was bound to happen of knowing these financial YouTubers from an early start and then seeing those billboards and now taking the classes. It was one of those things where it's like, it was calling me. It's saying, hey, like, we're throwing these at you to maybe so you can look into it.
It really does.
And
The thing is times or everyone's timing is different, everyone's timing is different. So like when people try to tell me like, oh my gosh, like you're so young, you started so young, like you're doing so good, the thing is like everyone's timing is different. So eventually your time will come up, and like it will hit. And trust me, like you're always gonna go through the bad times. It always will.
I mean, currently I am in the bad times. It's one of those where, again, I mean, since this is technically, I guess you can say, my first year, like, moved out, because unlike you, I mean, you've started from younger. My first time being moved out, so obviously me thinking I could do it, but then all this real life stuff happens. Then obviously with the whole struggle, but I mean, still surviving, still kicking. And it's just one of those things where, like I said, it's, because with the whole YouTubing, with the financial YouTubers, all the fun stuff, it's what I see is, what if it wants me to struggle for like my first lease, like my first year's lease, and go through all this, and so then once I keep renewing, it'll then kind of throw in the face, like, now that you went through the hard stuff and you learned from it, and now that you start putting time in your own self and building your own brand, it'll start getting better. It'll hopefully then pay out eventually because, again, I don't want to be living the 9 to 5. I mean, I want freedom. Like, yeah, everyone wants financial freedom, but it's just that freedom of if I want to go visit my family, I don't have to get it approved in order to go. I want to go when I can. If I can tell the clients, hey, I'm gonna be gone for this, I'll refer you to this other agent that is available, or you guys can always call me or whatever, then I can be over there with them instead of saying, oh well, yeah, I can only get like 3 days off, and that's even if I could, if I'm even allowed. And so, it's just stuff like that. I mean, I know some people say it's not really very realistic, and even with me, I mean, cause right now I've been going with the Nebraska Realty, like really love them. Like going from retail, from like the Walmart, Target life, and doing there, so much better. I should say that it's so much better because they invite me to the sales meeting, and oh yeah, it's so much better. And I hope it goes well with
It will.
with it. I mean, it's just one of those things where it was probably just an eye opener of, hey, do this and and see what happens. And I'll see what these people drive, and I'm like, yeah, these guys, if I'm watching what you guys drive, you guys are making some money to be able to afford this. And I know for sure you guys make money. It's real estate. I mean, it doesn't matter where you live. If you know how to do it, you're gonna make bank.
Yeah, real estate is really good. I've thought about it, but hopefully that all goes really good for you. Because it will. You just have to believe. You have to believe in yourself. When a lot of people don't believe in you, you have to believe in yourself.
Yeah, especially with me. I mean, I don't really have much of a following. Obviously, as you can tell with the amount of listens that I get with the podcast, but it could be one of those things of using that to my advantage of me making myself work harder so then I can get more of the following. Hell, it may not be people from back home that I'm trying to get as like my true listeners. It could just be people in Lincoln and just more out that then become my followers, that become the listeners, become the followers. And they're the ones that start creating my brand, and not me having to rely on people from Scottsbluff, people from Gearing, or people from Minutair. Because
honestly, something I've learned and to take into consideration while you start something for yourself is your biggest supporters sometimes aren't the people you're the closest with or people you've known all your life. I have had clients that I met, over the past 2 years because I started my business when I was 19. And I have had the most support from these clients than I've ever known of any of the people back home. Like, they don't, like the posts I share, or, they don't comment and be like, hey, I'm proud of you. Like, whatever. The most support you're going to get from people are sometimes the people that you're not the closest to. Yeah. It's really crazy. That's something I've learned.
I've seen it. I mean, hell, even with mine, even when I share the podcast, I mean, granted, the YouTube videos, surprisingly, they get like 20 to 30 views, which is crazy how they get more, and the podcast doesn't get much, but it's a podcast. Not much people really listen to podcasts. It's like an old person thing. So some people say it's an old person, but it's not old. It's just some people. It's just some people don't like it. Man, I'm just not targeting. Again, I'm trying to pull people that don't listen to it, but I don't want to accommodate to their likes because it's not what I want to be doing. It's what I want to be doing. And yeah, when I will share that, hey, I created this, I made a new episode, and I get like 1 or 2 likes, maybe 3.
Well, we're gonna get 10 now. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm like, hey, fuck it. I mean, hey, if it's 5,
5 likes.
Fuck it. And also, what I see is, it's again, I guess you can say it's corny. Where if someone graduates from college or starts moving on in their life, school-wise, I'm not saying it's bad. Congrats to them, proud of them. But then you look at their likes and comments and whatever, you see how it blows up. Someone who is not doing that is, again, like starting their own business or doing their own thing. People are just like, oh, hey, I'm proud of you. Or people that you want to get attention, they don't look at you at all. And you're like, oh, damn, like, you can tell who they liked from the start compared to, compared to now. But, I mean,
Yeah.
look at you. Look at all the shit that you had to go through. And you're over here driving a 2022 Kia Stinger and at the age of 21, and some people at your age can't even afford that.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to not. Honestly, like, I don't know if you remember, but a lot of people didn't like me.
No. I know. I remember. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember that phase, I guess you can say.
But honestly, like, being liked is not what's gonna make you who you are in the future. And I learned, like, I don't know, I've always had a thing where people don't like me, and I really don't care. I've come to a point where I don't care because I know I'm a good person and I think a lot more different than other people, and there's a reason. Like, I'm an outcast, but I mean, I don't mind because, I mean, God has blessed me with good things, and that's all that matters to me, is that He's always been there.
Because sometimes those people, the people that, let's say, do get more likes on on their post compared to yours, it's just because sometimes the people that are liking that post is because they're living the lifestyle, the normal lifestyle, the lifestyle they want them to live, and because they see you, they're like, oh, you're self-employed. They don't look at you like you're making much money. They don't really see you being successful, even though you're. Cause I'll see you when you post it on Facebook on the stories. I'll see that a lot.
You say booty girls? No, just kidding.
No, yeah, I'll see all that, and or I believe you have put in posts before, and I don't see or hardly see people that you and I both know really like it or anything, and it's like, yeah, this just tells you who's really supporting you. I mean,
The only person I'm gonna shout out is Bradley.
Bradley Barron.
Bradley, that's my Bradley, Jeremiah. Like, it's crazy that, I mean, obviously it's always the opposite sex that's more supportive, but Bradley has been. He's like a brother to me. He'll always be a brother to me.
Even back then, even when we were young, like young, even then.
Bradley was the only one that was there with me.
Young. Like, I remember, just I not like full extent, but just in general, just like you two. Some people would just look at you guys like y'all are dating. Like, just say it, just spit it out. Y'all are dating, and he would say, no, don't even say that.
We were best friends. Like, my mom recently moved down here to Nebraska to Colorado. And Bradley is the one that helped me. Like, I called him up. I was like, hey, bro, like, can you help us? And, and I helped him. And, like, how do I say this? I don't want to say the things for Bradley, for people being supportive to friends that they grew up with, they don't understand that things go a long way. Because Bradley, was going through some stuff, and, I was there to help him out. And I was so grateful I was able to do that for my friend. Like, beyond grateful. I was like, you know what, bro? Merry Christmas. Because I have something that I can give to you. And that was a loyal friend. I don't want to put his business out there, but, he got something good for Christmas. But being a loyal person to good people is what a lot of people slack on nowadays. But that's just like,
yeah, it's sometimes you got to feed off of that. That has to be the hunger sometimes.
Yeah, and this all was just like not even a year ago. When I saw him, he helped me and my mom, or he helped my mom move to Colorado. Him and my boyfriend packed up her whole house. together, and he was there. He was a good friend.
Yeah, and hell, even with you having a boyfriend, that didn't cause any problems. Like he was still there, like just
Yep.
even from a long time.
Him and my boyfriend got along. So I just hope, like people, stay close to people you grew up with. Yeah, people know, but like, I don't know. I feel like everybody is so quick to judge people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's sometimes it's one of those things being the outcast. I mean, me, even though yes, people saw me as the smart guy, just a smart guy,
smart.
and whatever, but really behind closed doors when I'd go home, I wasn't really having people checking up on me, really doing really anything. So it's always one. So I guess you could say I was alone a lot, and so, but I believe me being alone was also an eye opener of. I mean, yeah, obviously, we have our days, we have our times that the low points, but it's also one of those things where it's like, if I can work for myself and not only make myself start being better, but start showing the world of what I'm capable of, and not trying to make someone else their money, but start doing something for myself. Like I said, start working for myself, and just see how it goes. Because then, because what I also see from Western Nebraska, a lot of people don't leave there. A lot of people stay because they don't. Like I said, if it's not anything medical, and you don't really know what you want to do, a lot of people stay. And I want to be that name of leaving out of military. And if I'm that huge, if at any point shit blows up, I want to be looked at. Oh, so where'd you come from? Oh yeah, small town in military, about 850 people, and people visit it and say, oh shit, from here, like this is the town this guy grew up from. They grew up in. I mean, and and people that again knew me but never really checked up on me can say, "Oh yeah, I knew him," but it's like, no, but you never checked up on me. That's the problem. You never checked up. You knew me.
It was about me. That was it.
Yeah, it's. So, I mean, and so after that, it was with the whole with what you do with your clients. It just kept building off of that. Did they just start referring people? Did they just start bringing people in, and it just kind of started branching and.
Yeah, just referring. So I feel like that definitely gets out there, and results speak for themselves, and a lot of the girls are happy. So it's been going good.
Have you had customers unhappy? Have you had some unhappy customers that, like anyone that will call you out on your stuff if it's not through Messenger or through a call, or maybe like on a review left on your Facebook or something? Like, have you had those type, and have you ever taken them personally?
I always take them personally because I'm always really genuine with people. I do not take things personally because you're gonna have your good clients and your bad clients. But I think I've only had like 2 or 3 people, and I would say I've seen like 500 people, I would say.
So it's just kind of one of those things where was it one of like the expectations were like up here, and so when you did your service, they're like, oh well, it's like they wanted it like up here, they wanted like top dollar stuff, and you're like, I'm just doing what I know, like I'm doing what
I'm not a plastic surgeon, girl. No, I was kidding.
You're like, I'm doing what I do. But damn, over 500. Wow.
Yeah,
500 clients.
Yeah, because on my website, like I have like the contacts ID, and I think I'm at like 490 or something. So, and this is my new website. So, and I had I think like 80 people or 100 people on my old website. So, I mean, within the last year and a half, I've built up like 490 clients, I think.
Shit, that's good.
Yeah, but There's, like I said, those good, there's bad people, but thank God I've always had more good people.
Mm-hmm.
No, and I always explain things to my clients like, hey, like you have to help these treatments. You cannot just like expect to come in here, get your body done, and then go out there and eat some cheeseburgers and fries. Like, it's not gonna work that way. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I always tell the clients, and I always try to keep them very knowledged, but if they don't listen, they don't
You're like,
listen.
that's on them. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
on them, because I've tried. And I mean, I know you have to like, be consistent and stuff, but like, I don't know. I feel like I'll be disappointed if I'm just like, if I'm always paying attention, I'll be like, damn, like I didn't make good. But I know you have, but I don't know. I've always been like that. Like, even when I didn't make good money, like I didn't count my money a lot. I did. I don't know if that makes sense. It's just, I knew what I had, but I didn't want to always like look into it so much because then I'd be disappointed,
Like, you would think you're making a lot of money, but then you go back and for the year you're like, oh, I've only made 30,000. You're like, oh, I thought I made more. And then it just gets you to some people, like, like with you, how you said it, you take it personal and you're like, oh, well,
And
and you're like, oh, I thought.
but I mean, do like monthly things, but I don't try to do like weekly and stuff because I'm just like, like just let it flow, because if people cancel, then I'll get mad and I'll be like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna lose out, or just like a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I mean, owning a business is really hard, but it's really good at the same time though.
Yeah, I mean, because I know on that one Facebook post that you posted, I think it was a while back, when you said you were finally able to go to your vacation, like freely or something like that. When you treat yourself, like how does it feel? Like when you start treating yourself, you're like, oh, do you feel proud of the money that you made? And you're like, oh, I can finally, buy groceries without having a budget. I'm not saying without having a budget, but you can buy something and finally say, oh, it feels good to buy this amount and me not stress the next day if I can eat the next day.
No, it is really nice, and it's nice to help those in need. Like, my mom doesn't make the best money, and sometimes I'll help her out with stuff. Helped out some friends or family. So I feel like that's really nice that I can help those in need, because a lot of my life I was in need. So I feel happy enough to make money where I can help the ones I love, or even I see things that I've never seen in life. Like, I finally went on trips. Like, I went to Florida, went to California, so it was nice to do things.
The two hottest states, but very fucking hot.
But I ended up, just my goal is to go to every state. So
every state. Wow.
That's my goal. So next will probably be, I don't know, something else. I want to go to every state though. Kind of like when you put like a thing up and it's like the whole states, and then you put your picture on each state.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I know what you mean.
I kind of want. And then me and my boyfriend, we had just got our passports. So I'm like, I've never been out of the country, so that's gonna be exciting.
Oh, good luck. Good luck. That's all I'm gonna say. But that's good, because one of my goals, I hope to do, my very first goal is, once I start creating the wealth that I want to start making, is to go back home, take my mom grocery shopping, and basically just tell her, we're gonna each person, my mom, my sister, me, my girlfriend, we're each gonna grab a cart, and we're just gonna tell you, put whatever the hell you want to put in this. Like, I'll let Kayla's been with you more. My sister, her name's Kayla. Like, I'll let Kayla and Trinity go do their own thing. I'll let them, like, I'll go send them off. I'll let them go do what they need. If they want to get clothing, they want to get, like, God knows what they want to get, like. And then I'll help.
The key to making, by no means am I rich. I'm not rich, by no means. But the key to doing all that is, still to this day, like I still save. Like, I still, like, no, I can't buy that. Like, I'm broke. Like, no, I can't go out to eat tonight because I'm broke. Like, the thing is like, you have to always put in your mind that you're broke. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Especially to save, like, in the beginning. Like, when you're first starting out, you always have to be like, I don't have money. There's beans and sopa in the fridge. Figure it out. Like, there's cereal. Like, you don't,
Yep.
you just, you have to stay like that until you get to a goal. Like, that was my thing. It was like, all right, until I get to 5 grand, 10 grand, 12, 20 grand, whatever it is, like, then all right, like maybe I have a little bit more room to do something. I can take a trip. I can do this. You know what I mean? But the key is always just, even when you're making money, you still have to be, you still have
to budget in a way, because not everything can last forever. Because you might, let's say you wake up and you finally see 20,000 in your account, like you're checking, you're like, oh cool, 20,000, you feel nice, and let's say if you don't budget well, that just goes down the drain in a whole month, and you look back, you're like, oh well, what I spent all this money on, and now you only have 3,000, and you're like, oh shit, I gotta pay rent, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and that's gonna be, now you're tight on budget again. You're like, oh, and so it's like, I've already told my mom that's my first goal, is to basically just take her grocery shopping and buy her everything. Just not everything, but grocery wise, like, no, don't limit to $100 or $150. Because nowadays that doesn't buy you shit. Like nowadays, no. And so taking her, filling up the carts, filling up the fridge, that would be my very first goal to do. Would it hurt my pocket? In a way, yes, but not like, I guess you can say, not like the mind or like the heart, because it's like I'm doing something that I know is helping her.
Exactly.
Compared to like
those things that you should do, but it's like the small things that people do that are stupid. Like, oh, I need a Gucci purse now because I have $2,000 in my account, or like, let me go out into the bars and buy a bottle for $200. Like, like, so many people do that, and
I see that. It gets me like secondhand rage, and I guess like embarrassment and cringiness, because I see it with people that make the money, and they're like, I got a Gucci bag, I got a Gucci shirt, I have an Apple Watch, and flexing a Rolex and whatever. It's like, you do know some stuff. I'm not saying everything. I mean, some stuff can be investments, like they can hold their value, but most of that, it's like, I don't see that. Like me wanting to get a Tesla for cars, that's one of my big goals, but it's not because I want to show people, look at me, I have money. This is what I worked for, this is what I've been wanting. And so because hell, I'd be the person, I got it for free, but if I have money, I'm gonna go to Walmart or Target and get clothing there. Like, you're not gonna see. I might go to like Dick's, Ross, like Dick's. Every Mexican, my fucking mom loves Ross. She loves it, and if I can go to a store and maybe buy myself like some Nike shoes, I'd be cool with that. But I'm not gonna be going online and buy the latest Yeezys and drop this much, because even when I have to put gas in, I'm like, this hurts. This hurts my account. Imagine if I had a lot of money, I'd still look at this amount and say, shit, this hurts. This $60 hurts.
Yeah, it does.
But
it's crazy. I don't know how people do it. I don't even do it. Like, I don't even get my nails done. Like, I don't get my toes done. I don't do my lashes. Like,
I need a haircut. I need a haircut bad. But like I said, it's just because more of the struggles that's going on right now. But
the struggle lasts forever, though. Always remember that.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm also seeing, because in some stuff it's in some it gets better, and like my opportunities with Nebraska not just Nebraska Realty, was just my license in general. I am proud of myself because I started the classes in mid-April, and I've surprised myself of sticking with it. It's basically the end of July, and I always look back and I'm like, I started in about 3 months ago, gonna be about 4, and I've been consistent with it. There's been some days where I slow down, I don't want to do it, but I look back and I'm like, this must be what I want if I am consistently doing it. Yeah, sometimes I get bored because like, more notes. I don't want to keep doing notes. But if I'm out there, it's gonna be one of the things like, oh, this is like I'm out here now. I might get hit hard too, the hard stuff. But once I learn it, it's like, oh, this is now fun. Like, I can be helping people achieve their dreams of getting this house they want, selling this house that they need to, and a bunch of other shit. Oh, one day owning my own properties and of real estate, and just branching off of all of that. And I have high hopes of it happening, so hopefully with the help of like with Nebraska Realty, my experience with Nebraska Realty, that it goes well. I mean, oh shit, I think you muted yourself. Hold on. I think you muted yourself. Oh, there you go. Alright.
There you go. I said that, well, I don't know how you want to wrap it up, but I am going to go to dinner. However you want to wrap it up to the end of the video.
I mean, I'm gonna. So I'll put your website link and, like I said, in the description and whatnot. I mean, I don't know the exact website. I'll just fucking find you on Facebook and do that shit.
Awesome. Fine.
All right. That's it. I'll just put it in there. But I mean, thank you for taking about an hour 20, I guess I'll say, of your time to do this. I mean,
if you have ever more questions, just talk some more. I'm gonna go to dinner because we haven't ate all day. So
my bad. My bad. Alrighty, my bad for holding y'all's back.
No, but it was nice talking. And then if you ever if you need to do like more time on it, just let me know. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Right.
Well, other than that, I mean, I guess that's the end of it. So.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.